as she teleports you to the wonderland of possibilities, where we explore consciousness from the inside out to create a different world, where problems are possibilities and your point of view really does create your reality.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wonderland of Possibilities, where anything is possible and magic is real.
Wow.
I'm so happy to be here today with my lovely friend Mert from Denmark, well, Estonia and Denmark, but she's from both. And we're here to talk to you today about, do I have a capacity with entities? I don't know.
Hello, and thank you for having me here. That's so lovely.
It's awesome having you here. I always love having somebody to talk to because it's like I can talk to the screen, but it's just fun to interact with people sometimes. So.
Absolutely. So we were talking about a bit before, but I think it wouldn't be lovely to just start about that. Can you tell what is capacity with entities? So how can you recognize it? Because it might be also like a subtle energy, frequency, whatever we can like. If I don't see, like a little Casper flying around, so it's like.
Yeah, no, that's great. I love it. Little Caspers flying around. Sometimes, yes, but it shows up differently for everybody. Like that's the beauty of saying, okay, do I have a capacity with entities? I don't know. Do you? But look at like your life and go, okay, is there something like, do I get like a weird tingling on my shoulder sometimes, or some people smell things, like you'll smell flowers, but there's no flowers around, right? Or you'll smell perfume and there's no perfume around. I've had people smell cigarette smoke and nobody was smoking nearby them, right? So then it's you have an awareness of something. And then I was teasing Merritt before we got on, like the first question maybe you might want to ask is, what is this?
That's true. I was yeah. And even if I catched myself to ask the question, I still was counting that it can be the entity. It's like no, it's not me. It's like, Marco, can you see something? and that's
yeah, it can't be that, right? Yeah, totally. But it can be, and then it's just also a willingness to, are you willing to be aware of entities? Because entities are around us all the time. There's actually more beings on the earth without bodies than there are with bodies.
Wow.
So yeah, right, gives you some reference. Like you're like they're everywhere. Yeah.
But that's so amazing to like realize that, okay, they like some spiritual thing using the earth and this reality to be here without body. It's like, okay, wow. That's interesting because you're missing those things what we really love about to have the body, like all the sensations and stuff like that. What are you doing here?
Well, that's a great question. There are a bunch of entities, beings without bodies, that don't realize that they don't have a body anymore. So they're kind of just floating around thinking they still have a body, but now nobody's talking to them. Right?
Okay, that was a fly now. But that's interesting that it's also like very easy to mix it and trying to go to your mind and try to find some kind of explanation that I have 3 boys, and the middle one, the Marco, who is 10 years old, and then at that time he was 7 or 6. He had nightmares. And well, if you have lots of kids, and then you don't want to have nightmares at night because you don't sleep anyway. So so we went to the facilitator to find out that what it is. This mother is normally very difficult to ask. Difficult, not so easy to get out the answers from the boy. But then we got it out that okay, actually there was entities. And there was some walk-ins or the invited entities in him. So, and that was very interesting because afterwards, it's like I got the more awareness about entities, but I still didn't were ready or willing to understand that maybe I have it also. Because it has been so long in the childhood and stuff that I used markers over that. Can you see? There's something strange. Can you see? Yeah, there is someone here and someone there. Is someone there? So, okay. Oh my God. I know clearings.
Right. And interesting though that you said you were aware of something, but then you would ask your son to actually like describe it or explain it. Right.
Yeah, but people are very strange to deny the stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that we're also taught. I mean, I don't know if you guys had it in Estonia or Denmark, but did you guys ever have the movie Poltergeist?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I watched that movie when I was a kid, and like talk about like making entities out to be like bad and evil and dangerous and right. So you have all these preconceived ideas that entities are going to do you harm just from all the movies that are out there, right? So so of course then you'd be like, well, I don't want to be aware of that because it might hurt me or it might something might happen to me. Right?
Oh yeah, true. But yeah. We had actually one question from the Devika. I will read that because I think that goes right now very well here when we can go further a bit. That Devika says that I sense I do have a capacity with entities, but it seems to shut down in my daily life at work. It's more strong when I'm alone. How to change that and have awareness and capacity all through?
Awesome. That is a great question. Well, I think anytime you want something to get greater, it starts with acknowledgement. And it's just acknowledging that I am aware of something. Oh, I do perceive something or see it. Now, again, I just want to reemphasize, you might see them, you might smell them, you might hear them, or you just might have a feeling, right? So there isn't a right and a wrong way to perceive entities. It's going to show up for you in whatever way that it will work for you. I really didn't want to hear them because I, for some reason, had it that I was going to be the crazy lady talking to, entities. So I could see them, but I couldn't hear them talk, right, to them. But I had a friend who could talk to them really, like that's her. She was in full dialogue, full conversations with her team and entities. And I was like, wow, that'd be really cool. And she thought mine was really cool. And then she started to see them and she was like, yeah, no, I think I'm good. So you will be given the way that you can perceive them that works for you. That's okay for your mind and your being until you get more comfortable and realize, okay, they can't do you harm. I do want to just put this out there before I answer the question too. There is nothing or no one in the world or in any altered state of realities that is more powerful than you. So entities are not more powerful than you. They don't necessarily know more than you. Like I said, some of them just are wandering around thinking they still have a body, but they don't, So, and that's a big one because a lot of people think, well, I can be in danger from an entity. You cannot be. The only danger you're in is if you give them power, more power than you. But there's nothing more powerful than you. Okay. So just helpful.
Okay, to know. Yeah. Okay. Okay. But it's then very interesting also about this, like Marco saw the nightmare that actually he himself gave the power to the entities to have a fun in the nighttime in his mind.
Yeah.
And that's really, really brilliant. And I think that one lovely story about Marco was also that he had one entity inside of him who was a Lego builder. And he was completely like using him because no. I was like, I asked that when you are willing to let this entity go, that you don't have to have, but if it's okay, it's okay. And then no, he's my building guy. Okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, use it to your advantage for sure. But be careful. Definitely be careful of like sending entities to do harm on another, because that will backfire on you. Just
so okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You can't send them to do harm. But back to Devika's question. Yeah, just the acknowledgement first that okay, I do have a capacity with entities. How can I use it to my advantage? And maybe they're not showing up at work. Like, entities are always there, but is it possible, and this is where you go into question, that they're giving you space while you're at work to take care of what you're taking care of, and that they come to you when you have the space to give them time and attention? And talk to the entities. We have a tool called office hours or business hours, where you actually take time to be in dialogue with the entities, and that's you communicate with them or clear them or receive contribution or give contribution, right? So, but if you set aside this time to, I'll say, deal with them or handle them, then they will come back during those office hours anyway. Okay. They'll be like, oh, okay, they're going to honor what you asked. Okay, I will talk to you, but can you come I do it first thing in the morning on weekdays, and on the weekends I don't. And so they all come when I first wake up in the morning. So
this is the tool what we get from the beginning class, or DTS? You can understand that I'm waiting for this class. Because I have been only reading the books what Shannon have been writing about the entity and talk to entities a lot, but I haven't been in the class, so it's like
how exciting!
Amazing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, and we do have the house clearing class in October as well, which will deal with like how to clear houses and how to because all right, I mean, there's a lot of people who say a house is haunted, or maybe you moved into a house or bought a house and you're like, I think there's other beings here. This class actually helps you clear houses. And sometimes houses won't sell, like if they're for sale, because there's entities in them that are not letting the houses go. So
okay. What about, like, I am you from Tallinn, so that is a very old city. There's have been everything there. So there's a coast, like roads and paths, and where you have stories about ladies who have been built in the houses because they have done something or something like that. Then we have also in Haapsalu, one city in Estonia, where there's a white lady is coming on the wall, and there's a complete spectacle out of that every August. People going to see that. So what about this kind of thing? If are those also something what we can manage, or if we are in this kind of cities, or like in Denmark, there's a hamlet, isn't it? Like talking. And the mermaid is sitting in the water, so there is also some interesting stuff in Copenhagen. But what about if you are in the city going around and there's some kind of old king, or I don't know who is hunting you?
Haunting you or hunting you? I like that. Yeah. Well, I will tell you guys this, and if you're watching this, you have a capacity with entities. You would not even be curious enough to watch this video now or in the future if you didn't have some sort of a capacity.
Yeah,
Just
that's true.
FYI, right? So, but if just to kind of go back to like the entities without bodies that don't realize they don't have bodies. Well, they also have been trying to like talk to their loved ones, but no, their loved ones can no longer hear them, right? Because
Okay.
so when an entity without a body realizes you can hear them, they're going to be like the most excited children because they're like, oh my God, somebody can see me, somebody can hear me, somebody knows I'm here. Oh my God, I've been trying to get a hold of people for years, right? Right? Yeah. So when you are one of those people, yeah, you're going to have entities that are like, what? Wait, you can hear me? Like, or you know I'm here? Then they're going to flock to you because they're going to be like, this person, and it's almost like they go tell their other friends, this person can hear us.
So I do understand now the business hour is a very good tool.
Yes, then that's why you have to be like, okay, then it's time for business hours. Yeah. Yeah. So just that awareness of just being like, okay, but then you just ask a question. Like, I'm aware of an entity. Is there anything that needs to be done here? And they may or may not. I mean, there's the white woman, she might like what she's doing. You know what I mean? Like, so you don't need to necessarily clear her or send her, on her way. She might just be like, no, I have fun doing this with everyone once a year, or like.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, well, I guess the marketeers have found a way to cut the bushes and have the moon to show it exactly like on the wall, like so this is this reality has solved this problem.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Yep. And there will be. I mean, you're going to have a lot of people who, and for a long time, even I hid my gifts because I didn't want to be seen as the crazy lady or, that's weird. And I'm just like, you know what? It's such a part of life for me now. It's like, whether you believe it or not, that's your journey. I'm not here to convince you to believe of it, but I'm here to say, hey, this is what I'm aware of. What are you aware of? And how does the capacity show up for you? Because it's going to show up different for everybody too.
Yeah. Oh, that's so novel. Yeah, that's so interesting. Awesome. Yeah, but it will be super lovely. Okay, the house cleaning. This is in October already, so this is a closer. But then we will have in November after this death. How you call it? The death day, or how you call it in the beginning of November? This holy day where all the sins day, or what's like there were. After Halloween, there is some kind of holy day where we all remember our great grandmothers and fathers and family.
Huh?
I don't remember what they
heard about that.
Anyway, after that we will have a very nice class in Copenhagen. I cannot wait. Do you think that girls are putting some kind of the links here down to the video?
Yep, they're actually here. Yep, somebody's put some links into the classes.
You can see
stuff. Yep. So we're good. Super. And somebody said, I do feel I communicate with entities in my dreams like your son does, or have interdimensional travel. So, yep.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, and the dream state, just as information on that, the dream state is used for communication when they can't get through to you.
Okay.
So when you're willing to address them or have business hours during the day, they won't bother you at night. Nighttime is more like, okay, you're asleep now. I can get get through to you.
Okay, because you have a barriers down and your mind is like off right now, so you can actually be accessible.
Yeah. So and I've just found for me, it's just easier to have business hours, and then it's like, okay, then I can sleep well and I don't have to be facilitating in my dreams.
Okay, that's really brilliant. That's really brilliant. That's lovely, because I think Marco will come also to the class. At least I would. It's school time, but I think it's a better school.
I think it's a great. Yes, I agree.
And he's also already, the English level is like that he can understand stuff. So I think it will be really brilliant for him to.
That's awesome,
to
and
the business hour, because he can deal with it. So
and I really look forward to meeting him. And just if anybody's watching this and wants, if one of the things that we have in Access Consciousness is, if you are a paying participant in a class, then your children under 15 are free. So if you really think that you have a capacity with entities, or your child does, I highly recommend bringing you both. Come to the classes, because it will just give you greater ease and not feel like you're at the effect of them.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, was it a prerequisite, this bars
class? Yes,
because Marco have had bars also, so it's so fine.
Awesome. Yeah. And for the intros and the house clearing, there is no prerequisite, but for the beginning class, you do have to have bars class. Are you, do you guys have a bars class coming up in Copenhagen sometime?
Yes, we have actually a whole program, so I can have the links here. So the Copenhagen people who miss the classes can have. I have right now mine and one other facilitator, but there's also some else. But then you have to go to the Access Denmark group to see them. But we have gathered our classes together, so there's at least once or twice a month. So.
Oh, wonderful. That's great. Yep. So get yourself to a bars class.
Exactly.
And if you're in Copenhagen, wonderful. We'd love to have you. We'd love to see you. And if you're not in Copenhagen, come on over. So I will be coming over from the United States, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, it also fits exactly for the big classes in Europe. So you are all welcome to visit Copenhagen in Denmark.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Merit, and thank you everyone for watching and listening, and the questions. I'm super, super grateful, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
Yes, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.